What is going on? Welcome back to Space Engine. If you don't realize, I'm gonna start making more space-centered videos because I really like space more. Well, in today's video, we're gonna be going from smallest object to the largest object in the universe. And I'm not talking about atoms because obviously in Space Engine, you can't look at atoms. But for this purpose, I'm just going to be looking at the smallest object in the solar system to the largest object in the entire universe. So, let's start with the smallest object in the solar system. The smallest object in the solar system is not a moon. Many people might think it's like a minor moon of Mars or Jupiter, but it's not. It's actually a very, very small asteroid, and it looks like it is not in Space Engine. That is okay. For solar system chart, we have an entire chart of the solar system. So I guess we're just gonna have to go with the smallest moon. And by rule of thumb, this looks like it is the smallest moon. Yeah, 12 kilometers. I don't think anything's gonna get smaller than that. But this one also looks promising. It's 14 kilometers. Why does Saturn have so much moons? That's 2 kilometers. What about Jupiter? Also 2 kilometers. But I like Jupiter more, so we're gonna go to this one. Alright, let's this moon is very far away from Jupiter. What the hell? Alright, we have landed on S-2003 J2. Such a beautiful name. Let's land on it. Let's see how a Jupiter rise would look like from S-2003. Where's Jupiter? Uh-oh. That's Jupiter, all the way over there. That must suck for the people living on S/2003 J2. That's not a very good look at Jupiter. Sorry, people living on S-2003 J2. So now that we've discovered and landed it all, what is going on? Alright, let's get back there. Now that we've gone to the smallest object in the solar system, we're now going to go to the biggest object, which is obviously the sun. There's nothing too special about the sun. It's a star. It has these interesting sunspots. And it's a main sequence star. It's actually a yellow dwarf. I didn't know that. The more you know, I guess. Is that Polaris? I don't care. So, there's not much to say about the sun. I wish there was more, but there just isn't. So now we're gonna go to the biggest thing in the Milky Way, which I actually don't know what that is, so let's Space Engine. I guess we're just gonna have to go with the biggest star then, which is Stevenson 218. This is a very known star, because it's cool. Right? It isn't like Betelgeuse, it's at the end of its life. Even though it's classified as a red star, it's not that red. And it's kind of cool when you land on it, you can see like hills and stuff. Like, this star is huge. It is actually bigger. So this is one of the biggest objects in the Milky Way. Obviously not the biggest because Space Engine doesn't have everything ever cataloged. But I mean, it's the biggest we can get. Actually, if you zoom out a lot. Alright, now that we've exited the Milky Way, we've got to do the universe. And we're actually gonna start with not the biggest galaxy, but the biggest black hole. And you know what that is? TON 618. If you somehow don't know about TON 618, it's the biggest black hole ever found. I think we have, and there it is. This is TON 618. I wish there was like a little size to scale thing where I could show how small Earth is compared to Ton 618. But the mass on this thing, it has 6.6 to the power of 10 to the power of 10. If you somehow can't figure it out, that is a lot. Our planet is nowhere near as big as the biggest galaxy. Biggest galaxy is IC 1101. Now this galaxy is huge. I don't know what KLY stands for. I'm guessing kilometer light years. But if you put up a picture of the Milky Way next to this, it would absolutely dwarf it. Like, it would look tiny. And this one is also full of a ton of stars, and that makes up to why it's also one of the largest galaxies. It's because the amount of stars in it. Like, look at this. If you were to do the same thing in the Milky Way, you would not get this result. The only thing is it's not an interesting shape. It is one of the weird E3 galaxies. And I wouldn't even consider these galaxies most of the time. Or just a really big star cluster. But scientists beg to differ, and I can't argue with scientists. Because I'm not a scientist. We can see that some of the farthest stars like go up to like here. Can we find like life in some of these? 11 planets. Should we go to one of these planets? That looks really cool. And it's a binary system. What the hell? So we can't land on it. It is a cool super Jupiter, but it looks like a bee. It looks like a bumblebee. That's cool. That's a really weird and cool looking planet at the same time. Wait a minute. The universe is the biggest thing in the universe. I guess we have to fly to the edge of the universe then.